Right, and I have Ashley Hall's time. I think, so that means I have 2 minutes.
Whose time?
Ashley Hall's time.
Okay.
And you can start me up again.
We'll start you up again.
Thank you, sir. And so what we're talking about again is malign neglect. And we have got to break this appetite for incarceration, particularly when our jails are full of people who would be better served in outpatient facilities or better served in our communities, particularly when our crime stats at an aggregate is at a 50-year low, particularly when we're paying consultants $5 million to sit here that cannot even answer the basic questions that you have, right? Particularly when we come before you to talk and you look away. We know what works best in our communities. Second, we need to reframe our definition of public safety. From the community's vantage point, public safety isn't about hospitals that are really jails. It's not about more police, more beds. It's about reinvesting in communities, right? It's about education. It's about housing. It's about community-based interventions that we are rolling out every day. We have got to reframe this public safety narrative away from consultants that are making money on our backs and on our miseries. We need to reframe the narrative now. That fear-based dog whistle politics, particularly when we're at a 50-year low in crime, does not work in communities. It might work inside of that horseshoe, but it doesn't work outside. Now, I know earlier today, y'all were lifting many Martin Luther King quotes. And, you know, when he was in the Birmingham jail in 1964, he said this. He said that our people are smothering in an airtight cage of poverty. Poverty is the greatest form of violence facing the Negro, right? And so now when we're talking about violence and we're talking about public safety, we're talking about the investment in our communities. That's what's really going to make us safe. So Antonovich and others and Kanabi, you can look up and look at me when I'm talking to you in the same ways that we were looking at you when you were listening to the $5 million consultants who didn't have an answer to any of your questions.
Let me also call up John Rivers.